welcome everyone. For a couple of you who I don't know, I'm Sally Harrison with the Mesa Chamber, and we're just delighted that Vice Mayor Duff came back from Hawaii so she could meet with us this month for our lunch mock. She's out partying on an island last month.
Well, thank you for telling everybody, because I didn't post anything on Facebook because I felt a little guilty for doing a little escape, but thank you for announcing that. I appreciate it.
Well, you know, everybody deserves a little break, right?
Well deserved, well deserved.
Before we get started with you, I would like to just go around so you know who's in the room with us today. So I'm just gonna call you out. If you could unmute and introduce yourself, just kind of a quick, your name and maybe what organization you represent. We're gonna start with Jeff, because he was in the room first.
Hi, so my name is Jeff Rachka, and my business is Arizona Disinfecting Services, and I spray for the coronavirus. So I used to live in Mesa for many years, about 17 years, went up north for about 24 years and started the business up there. Last year, right after the coronavirus started, and I still have some customers up there, like nursing home, that I go back up there and I do them. I like them, and so I came to Mesa on January 1st to look for more customers. It was pretty slow up in northern Arizona.
Great, thank you, Alyssa.
Hi guys, my name is Alyssa. I'm over here at the Mesa Chamber. I intern here. It's been awesome. Love it.
Thank you, Teresa.
I'm Teresa with the Mesa Chamber of Commerce. I'm their administrative assistant.
Thank you, Joan.
Joan Kruger, NAI Horizon Commercial Real Estate.
Awesome. Dan? You're muted, Dan.
Sorry. I'm Dan Piercy with the Mesa Community College Faculty Business, and also the director of the Green Flag Program there at the Chamber of Commerce.
Thanks, Dan. Joe.
Hi, Vice Mayor Joe Tansel, Executive Director at Paz de Cristo.
Thank you, Joe. Mike.
Mike Tripp, Missions Director at the University of Dubuque, located over here in Tempe.
Great. Okay, my screen's moving. Alice.
Hi, I'm Alice Bramble, the Executive Director at Discovery Point Retirement Community in East Mesa.
Thank you. Sandy.
Yes, hi, I'm Sandy Josowitz with Mesa United Way.
Thank you. Shelley.
Shelley Berry with Gateway Bank in Mesa.
And Lauren.
Hello, Lauren Leverett with Gateway Bank.
Becky.
Hello, Becky Friend with Akoya Mesa Active Senior Living.
Thank you, Scott.
Yeah, Scott Seeley. I work with a number of nonprofits that serve Mesa community, but also with the Caliber companies that are developing Main Street downtown. And glad to see John. John is on from Caliber as well, and they are new members of the chamber, right, Sally?
Yes, they are. Thank you, Bob Nelson.
I am Bob Nelson. I'm the Communications Director for the Mesa Chamber of Commerce.
Thank you. Jane. You're muted, Jane.
I apologize for being late. I'm Jane Hansen, President and CEO for Arizona General Hospital Phoenix, which includes a small micro hospital in the West Valley and our community hospital in East Mesa.
Great. Thank you, Jane. Diane.
Hi, I'm Diane Seberg. I'm the Commercial Facilities Administrator for the City of Mesa, overseeing the Convention Center, Amphitheater, Golf Course, and Cemetery.
Just a little on your plate. John.
Hi, I'm John Hartman. I'm Chief Investment Officer for Caliber Companies, and we're, as Scott said, developing in the downtown area.
Awesome. Thanks for being here. Linda.
Hello, Linda Haskell, Director of Membership Services with the Mesa Chamber of Commerce.
Great, thank you all. And I would like to introduce Michelle. She is with Pomeroy's mentor and today's sponsor. So I'll give you a couple minutes to talk about what's going on at Pomeroy's, and then we'll welcome our special guest.
Okay. Well, hi, thank you so much. Linda got a hold of me last week, and it's a great opportunity, so I appreciate it. Thank you so much. So just to tell you a little bit, my dad, Wayne Pomeroy, opened Pomeroy's men's store March 6, 1951. So this year marks our 70th anniversary in downtown Mesa, in the very building that his ancestors built in 1891, which is quite a story in itself. We have had a total of 11 stores throughout the valley over the years, but I'm grateful every day that it's downtown Mesa where we remain. My three sisters and I grew up in this business. We've all worked here at one time or another, as I have no brothers. So it's funny that my dad chose this line of business, but I knew from early on that I wanted to work with my dad, and I worked with him for over 40 years. He never retired. He died at the age of 96 a couple of years ago. So he was very active in this community, loves the city of Mesa, always felt that he needed to give back. And so that was another perk for me, because I was able to meet and associate with all kinds of wonderful people that I still get to see and love. And they just love this great city like I do. So a little bit about our business. Our store specializes, we were a men's store for many years, but we had to find our niche along the way. It's a mom and pop store, and we all know how that kind of throughout the years with the malls and things went. So we specialize a lot in the young man going on a 2-year mission for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, who typically needs 2 suits, lots of non-iron white shirts, slacks, shoes, belts, luggage, and a lot of accessories. So we are a one-stop shop that carries everything that they will need to serve them well anywhere in the world. In warm climate, cold weather climate, our employees know exactly what will serve them best wherever they go. That same customer probably bought his prom suit before he went, although this year we didn't sell a lot of prom suits, unfortunately, with COVID. So, but they probably did. And then after their mission, they might need another new suit. So they'll come in and they'll buy a suit for a business interview or for a wedding. Our suits range from, like $199 to $280. And there's 2 pants with every suit coat. And we have an in-store tailor that does all the alterations, and that's all included for free. And we carry boys wear as well in size 8 up to size 20, darling little 3-piece suits that are only $129.99. If you know anybody that needs boys suits. We did go into the women's a little bit, not as much fun, a lot of hard work, a lot of returns, because we're women and that's what we do. We don't decide we don't like it, we take it back. So that we stayed with for a little while. In 2006, we joined 11 other stores that are like ours in Utah, Idaho, Oregon, Washington, and we did that for buying purposes and to keep our costs down. And then we developed a brand called CTR Clothing, and we invested in developing our own products. So that has served us really well. What sets us apart from other men's stores in the valley, aside from our great prices, is that each product is tried and tested. In fact, we offer for free for this young man that comes in and has his mission call, we'll give them a free white shirt, Teflon tie, dry max socks, sewing kit, and a clothing care booklet, so that they can try it out before they make a big purchase. It's very expensive to buy everything you need for 2 years, and we realize that. So we want them to be happy with what they're going to be buying with us. I have great employees. They've been with me, some of them for over 20 years, and they know the value of each and every customer. We know that, we're dependent on our customers. And so along with the great products that we have, it's the reason that our customers keep coming back for generations, some as far back as 5 generations, we have still coming to us. So although we found our niche with the young man serving a mission, we are not exclusive to this age group of their dress apparel. Our suits are for anyone that wants a stylish, slim fit, durable suit. And if we don't have something in stock, we can order what they want. We carry colored shirts as well as white shirts. And we have a lot of other things that we do. The week of March 8th, we are celebrating our 70th anniversary, and we'll be hosting giveaways, a set of luggage, a suit, dress shirts, slacks. We also will have swag bags with accessories, coupons, and other goodies for each customer. And we would love it if you would just stop by and say hi. We are open 10 to 6, Monday through Saturday. And if you'd like to know more or know somebody that would like to know more about Pomeroy's, you can go on to pomeroysclothing.com and see what we do. But again, thank you for letting me do this. And we love being downtown, a lot happening. We're so excited, Jen, for everything. I was out there Friday, and the buzz and the feel of downtown Mesa I get chills thinking about it. It is so amazing. So thank you, Jen, and we'll turn the time over to you, District 4.
Thank you. Sally, are you okay for me to jump in, or do you have?
Yeah, real quick, I just wanted to mention that Jessica has joined us from your office. Great council assistant. Thank you for your work, Jessica. And Jen, I have shared my screen, so it's all yours.
Okay. Well,
thank you.
Well, thank you all for having me join you for lunch today. And I just wanted to put out a shout out I am having Month-a-Porns today. I don't know if you can see this, but it's wonderful. And I just want to let you know that they've been a long-term restaurant in our downtown. They are struggling a little bit. So if you have a chance to eat in downtown, please consider them in your options and support them. We just want to get them through this rough little stretch as we embark on this success of downtown. And we know we can push them through. And I'll be going over all the new developments and all the buzz that's going on. Before that, I want to just say hello. I feel like I'm, with my homeboys here, just because I've been a long-term chamber member. I'm native to Mesa. I grew up here. My first career after college was in the fashion industry. It was in corporate America, which I found out it didn't work for me. I logically jumped into a fishing and professionally competed on tournaments, which got me into the business of wholesaling and exporting fishing equipment. And that was 31 years ago. And I'm still doing that and a chamber member under that business. From there, I went to Mesa, to City Council, just being an advocate for what was happening in downtown, and that led me. So from fashion to fishing to City Council is a natural progression over your career. So that's a little bit about me. But before I start on the presentation about downtown, I also want to mention last night at the City Council meeting, we passed a non-discrimination ordinance. This is a huge feat that we have worked over 7 years. About 7 years ago, it came to council and it didn't work out. There's a lot of controversy. We've tried to work that out, came up with what we think is a better ordinance and very balanced. And there's a lot of debate over it, but we know this is the move to move Mesa forward and be inclusive and stand for the rights of all our community. And I want to thank the Mesa Chamber for endorsing the support of that ordinance. So thank you all at the Mesa Chamber and all the businesses for your support to do this. This is significant and historical for Mesa. Second of all, I want to mention that the City of Mesa is continuing the utility and rental assistance program. We received some more federal dollars after our initial round for 2021, and we are offering rental and utility assistance for anybody there who has the low income needs and is struggling from the pandemic and loss of jobs and related events around the pandemic. So please put the word out. It is on our homepage of mesaaz.gov. For the small businesses, we are creating a program within the City of Mesa. This is not part of the federal funding. This is something we're doing as a city called the Small Business Hub, HUB. And that's coming soon with the assistance of Cahoots, which is a co-working space that will be located in Benedictine. And I'll be going over a little bit more of that on the developments for downtown, and they'll hold workshops and small business development classes and help businesses scale up and be more resilient. So that's exciting news, as our Economic Development Office is recognizing small businesses being significant for our economy and to the success of our resilience as we go through the difficult times. So I think that's most of like the things that are going on outside of development. And I'm going to share my screen to go over a small presentation, get this adjusted. Are you seeing the screen, District 4 downtown update?
Yep.
Great. Okay. Thank you. So as you know, District 4 is in central and downtown area, and the most exciting area is in our downtown right now. There's so much going on. It's incredible. I am so lucky to be on council at this time, and to see all this development that's been under works come into fruition. I've been an advocate for this and working in the community as a citizen for so many years. And one of the reasons I ran for council is to make sure that our voices were involved in this development, because there are so many businesses and developers in this. We want to make sure it stays uniquely Mesa, uniquely downtown, with our historic downtown and our community feel. So this is kind of giving you a map of all the significant developments that are going on, and there's more to come that are in the works. From the far left, we see the residents on Main, and that is a Chicanos por la Casa development that is pending right now. Due to the pandemic, Chicanos por la Casa is focused on other things to help people through the pandemic. So that's on pause. But going a little bit to the right is Eco Mesa, which is a sustainable development with solar and car sharing, and really focused on how to lessen your carbon imprint on the world, and has very innovative designs and amenities. And it is built just on the backside of Pomeroy's over the parking lot. So we'll retain the parking and it'll be built above. I believe I have a slide coming up. Transform 17, there's a slide coming up. That's 25 acres owned by the city. And we will be, as a community, defining and developing, what kind of things go on there. There'll be a presentation in council in April. The facade improvement program, we've already seen evidence of this. This is a small image of the I.D.E.A on Main Street, which is significant. And there's so many other businesses that did take advantage of this. And I hope that we will find funds to continue this project. The Brown and Brown development, also known as the Opus development. We just approved council, last night on a development agreement for that. And I have a slide on that. The Grove on Main is the Temple development. They're leasing and going through the final phases. And I think I have a slide on that, but if I don't, we can cover a little bit more about that. ASU at Mesa City Center. We've all seen that, hopefully. It's going up fast. They're working, I think, 7 days a week on it. And I have a slide on that. Foundry at Mesa, that's a prospective boutique hotel. Nothing is happening. That's just something that we have earmarked there, but is not committed at this point. Cardinal Capital Investments, they're about to start construction. It's some little garden apartments, and they're really cool. And they're like on 2nd Avenue between McDonald and Country Club. Encore Residence, we know where those are. They have several phases. I think they're on phase 3 right now. And they had the first phase was for senior living, and the subsequent phases are market rate, I think, for all ages. Art Space has been going for several years and is residence for artists to live and work out of the same development. They really do contribute to the art scene that we have in Mesa. And the Grid is under construction right now. And I think I have a slide on that. It's right beside Pete's Fish and Chips, and it's above a parking garage, and you can see a little bit of that development from Main Street. So that kind of gives you an overview where all these things are located, and there's more there, but we only have so much time, and yeah, sometimes it's difficult to go all through this and keep our attention. So this kind of gives you an overview. We just had a presentation last Thursday, on how much land the city owns. The city of Mesa is the largest property owner in downtown. And we have been making agreements to have development working conjunction with these developments named here: Art Space, ASU at Mesa City Center, the studios, which I'll cover more, at Mesa City Center, Benedictine University, and Cahoots, which is within Benedictine, Encore, Residence of First, Escobedo, and the grid of all agreements that we've had over or on city-owned land. And then the Grove is a privately owned, that's the Temple development, privately owned, but it's huge, 9 acres and 283 units. Okay. Downtown development projects, the Eco Mesa, that's another project on city-owned land over the parking. I think a lot of this is detailed out just because of our presentation the other night, and looking the balance of the development that's going on city-owned property and privately owned, and where we want to be in balance. So that's a lot of details that are separated in that way. So ASU at Mesa City Center. This is super exciting and has influenced the development of so much of that is going on right now. So it is, like I mentioned, the construction is going on daily. I was there Saturday, they're going crazy, working on it every day. So it's opening in spring of 2022. Well, this construction is complete in the spring, and then the classes will begin in the summer. You can see, I don't want to read all these. There is some commercial on the bottom floor. It'll be like a coffee shop or sandwiches or something like that within the development. Significant, the Sidney Poitier was named for the film school, and there was a big celebration on that. This ASU at City Center is a high-tech, new technology, artificial intelligence, virtual reality, augmented reality, all this. This is very high-tech stuff. There's only like, this is the third school of its type in the world. It is significant, and we're so glad to have it here in downtown Mesa. This will shape our future for sure. So out in front of Mesa City Center, and stop me at any time if you have questions, because I have it on full screen. I can't see anybody, so stop, just yell at me. The Plaza at Mesa City Center is a park area in front of ASU. We're working on that. We've started construction on that, and it should be completed by the end of this year. This will really be a city center area for us, a place that we can all gather. On the side of the ASU building is going to be a huge screen where we can show films or have some digital interactives, and it will truly be an area that we can collect as a community, something to look forward to post-pandemic. The studios at Mesa City Center is the old library, and we are redeveloping that. It will retain many of its historic charm on the exterior as much as possible, but it'll be enhanced. I just went through a tour a few weeks ago. It's phenomenal. It's a very exciting space. This will be a space for collaboration in classes. ASU will be doing the programming on the space. The city owns the building. ASU will be doing the programming. So it's a collaboration in order to build entrepreneurship, new ideas and innovations. How that exactly will work out, ASU will start with a program and they'll revise it in order to accommodate what the community needs, what the business needs, in conjunction with ASU. But it's very much for the community first and foremost. Benedictine, which is the old Hospital in downtown, which we all know well. They have some space up on, I think it's their second floor, that we are building out for Cahoots. And Cahoots is a business in Phoenix, and this will be another location for them. They've been significant in small business development and startups and offering classes and mentorships and really working with businesses to grow their business or a new concept and new idea. And you can see in conjunction with what we have going on in ASU and our focus on entrepreneurship, this is the educational section of it. They will be also working with Benedictine students. So they are having the education and the opportunity to learn how to be an entrepreneur. So they'll be offering it to the community as a whole and to small businesses as well as students. And okay, the Grove on Main, this is the Temple development. I just went on a tour, I think it was last week, maybe the week before. The residents, the amenities, the grounds, oh my gosh, it's like going to a 5-star resort. Absolutely beautiful. This is really going to help anchor our downtown and be significant in setting kind of the kind of a base level. I mean, if we have this development being an example to all the other developments as far as what we expect and what we can do and the type of housing, multifamily housing that we can have in downtown is significant. And I think we should expect as much or more in our developments, that we need spectacular, innovative, new developments in downtown. We don't want ordinary, we need something special. And this is an example. I'm very happy with it, the way it turned out. They're about 20% leased on the apartments. I think most of almost all the townhomes are spoken for, and they have some row homes, which are, I think, predominantly spoken for. They're all for rent, and the temple will be done next spring, and the grand opening is pending as far as what that will look like. Hopefully it'll be in person and not virtual. The grid is an innovative development, another example of exciting things that are happening in downtown. So they have a really great mix of anything from studios to like penthouses, and from every price range. They have co-working spaces, they'll have commercial space, office space, a lot of amenities. I'm very excited to see that. They've had some hiccups on the construction. It's innovative in the way they're going about their construction. So it's a little bit slow start, but they're working strong and going ahead, no problem with the completion on that. Eco Mesa, this is one of my favorite developments that we have that are new. I know it's creating a little bit of hardship for those businesses that have to back up to it during construction, but they're committed to working closely with everybody in the community, especially those businesses that are affected by that, to work around not having that parking available. The first phase right now is the city is having to redo an electric line through there before they can start construction. But it will be a development. People will come to downtown Mesa just to see it because it's so innovative in the sustainable practices, materials, car sharing, a long list of really green type elements in the building. I'm so excited for this, and I will share in the chat. I don't know if I can get to the chat from this screen. I'll share it when I get back out of the screen. There's a website so you can follow the construction, sign up for the newsletter, or just contact them with any questions or concerns. 2022 completion. all these prior developments, everything is going to be ready in 2022. So I've been telling everybody, keep your suit on. We're just going to go from ribbon cutting to ribbon cutting. Sally, you just need to carry around your scissors the whole time because there's going to be so much opening at that time. With this particular project, Transform 17, will be a little bit more lagged because it's such a huge area that we are planning, from residential to commercial to workspaces. We're taking our time to make sure we have the right partners, the right mix of development, and it serves our community. It will take many years to totally build this out. We will start on it, select the developers, and work on incrementally to respond to the needs of the market. But it will have anywhere from townhomes to apartments, like I said, and everything in between. It will be presented at council in April. This is Mesa Drive and University, if anybody is interested. This is going to be right around the corner from the chamber. Mesa Arts District Lofts. This is also called Opus Development. They're the developers, and this is the old Brown and Brown area. And it's a multifamily mixed use. It has commercial live work spaces in it, some commercial along Main Street. It's a whole city block. If you remember that Brown and Brown area that is vacant right now, it's a huge area. They have broke it down into, I think, 2 phases because it is so monstrous that it's best to just build 1 phase, let it fill, and do the next phase. 9.7 acres. So there's information on that. And that, again, I think we'll be seeing that in, I believe, 22. We'll see once they break ground to confirm on that. So those are on the developments, and then I'm going to jump into some of the new businesses. But before I do, I always want to take a moment to answer any questions on developments.
Jen, I have a question for you. With all of this new housing that's coming in, where are the grocery stores?
I think that is the number one request is for grocery stores. From what I understand, grocery stores want to see a density of about 10,000 people. Right now we're at about 3,000, so we have a ways to go. But I know we've talked to Caliber Investments. I don't know if Scott or John want to say something about it, as we are promoting that at least get a small community market or bodega type of thing, because I live in downtown. Yeah, I don't like driving 5 miles to get to a grocery store. Well, I think we have one closer, but still, when you live in a downtown area, you should be able to walk to your grocery store, not drive to one.
Yeah, something. Yeah. John or Scott, do you have any comments?
I was on mute there, couldn't get off. Yeah, we're trying to redevelop 29 West Main with apartments and retail below, and we're designing the ground floor retail space to, accept a bodega, some kind of a market. So, and we have our brokers really pushing, especially down in Tempe, near where the university is, for some of the markets that may have got pushed out by a Sprouts, that kind of thing. So we're actively marketing to get a retail market down there with, at 29 West Main.
That's great. Thank you for that.
So it's something we're pushing, and hopefully we'll find the right fit, and it might be with Caliber. We're just pushing, but nothing has been defined as of right now. And, I need to mention one other thing on development is Vivo Living at 250 West Main. That's the Ramada or the Mizona Market, Mizona Hotel that's near Alumni. And that was a hotel. It's been acquired by a development, and they'll be turning it into like studio apartments. And it's gone through a lot of reviews, neighborhood meetings. It'll be at design review on the 9th and to P&Z on the 10th of this month. And if it's approved, then it will be able to move forward. Right now, they're doing the interior cleanup and painting and that on the remodeling. Once they get the approvals, then they'll be able to do the construction off the frontage. And oh, one more thing, the post. People ask about that. That's the historic post office on North McDonald, just off Main. And that's been vacant and just sitting there for a while. The city has cleaned it up. And we're going through a final design phase right now. It will be a community center where people can gather, have events. The city will own it and program it. And I'm looking at 22 before for that to open. So that's really exciting. It's a beautiful building.
Bob, have a question?
I do. Hey, Jen, do you want to touch on Fresco for just a second? Since you mentioned North McDonald, like, is that a temporary sort of circumstance, or is the city looking to develop that as more of an event space ongoing?
The Downtown Mesa Association is heading that, and under the new leadership of Nancy Foreman, she's very committed to an ROI on everything we do as far as events. It will continue until April, and I don't know beyond that. And it will depend on the success of what the programming and what we're doing for it to continue. Right now, it's used a lot. She's working hard to get alcohol to be allowed in that area, especially with the spring training. It'd be a great place to hang out. So through March, especially for spring training, we want to keep it going, and then we'll have to reevaluate. But that section on McDonald between Main and Pepper will always be a event area. We have the, what do you call it? The pylon things that come out from the ground inserted. So it's easy to block the traffic on the north and south of that and have that as a community event area. And it'll be nice in conjunction with the post, that being a community area, because we're going to spill out to the street as well. But the long term of that, I don't know. I've heard a lot of support for people who want to see it stay closed and be an area that we can use as citizens and residents and just to enjoy. And then we've had some businesses who don't feel, they'd rather have the car traffic. So it has to be evaluated.
I have a question. On El Charro, it says reopening. Is that actually going to be opened all the time, or just for seasons like it was for a while, or what are they really doing?
I don't have a lot of the lowdown, other than it is my impression that it is reopening for good.
Yeah.
They are permitting getting their, you know, all their licenses updated and issued and stuff like that. And that's all they're waiting for it to reopen. Sally, do you have more information on that?
I have only heard that they are opening, and I don't even know if it's the same family that's reopening or if somebody else has stepped in.
I do have some information. I know Eva Munoz. She is a family member. She's the daughter of Gus, the original, owner. And I just talked to her the other day. It is staying with her. She's going to run the business. It is opening. They're just waiting on permits, like Jen said, and they're ready to go. They've remodeled and it'll be open all the time.
Yeah, so hopefully that'd be really soon. It'd be great to have it open during March when we have a few more visitors here, but I expect there to be lines for a while. People have been waiting for this for years.
I know.
Yeah. So we talked about the al fresco off Main already a little bit. The farmers market that is a Pioneer Park is moving to the Mesa Arts Center starting this weekend. We want to have the farmers market in downtown to be able to have the amenity of them shopping in downtown while they're doing it, and Mesa, downtown Mesa to be the center of activity. So Alice Cooper's Solid Rock Teen Center will be providing entertainment at the Mesa the farmers market with their students. And so I think that's an exciting way to enjoy the market and enjoy the entertainment. There's so much talent from the teenagers. The Solid Rock Teen Center, they're working on that. They're about 85% completed. They're projecting May 1st as their opening. And it's just on the south side of Blue Adobe Grill on Country Club. Urban Smoke, hopefully everybody's tried it by now, a new restaurant on Main with barbecue and brisket and all that kind of stuff. Gus's Fried Chicken, hopefully again, everybody's tried it, the world famous fried chicken, and it's right near Worth. Main Street Sweets, the cookies are delightful and they have great sandwiches and salads too. Main Street Harvest is an expansion of Proof Bread. So they have a little market to the side of them, and they have a number of things in their Main Street Harvest from different vendors of all kinds of specialty type foods and gift items. It's fun to go in there. We talked about El Charro, talked about Alice Cooper's Solid Rock Teen Center, PXG is on Main Street. That is really cool, very high tech when you walk in, very impressive. So you can see that that is just west of Robeson on the south side. And it's a great addition to downtown, very, very high-end golf clubs and attire. Nash Vintage Collective. It has home decor, rocks, crystals, mid-century stuff. It hasn't opened yet. It should be anytime. Does anybody have a date? Have you heard?
This Friday, I think. This
Friday.
Weekend. They had a soft opening just last weekend. And it's where the moon dust.
Yeah, the moon dust.
Moon dust.
Okay, and then this last Friday, Sonoran Moon Vintage opened, and it's a flashback to the 70s. I felt right at home. And when I was a teenager, and they have clothing and home goods, and they're really fun. And they're right by Jared's. It's 58 West Main. They had their soft opening this last Friday. And Continental Barbershop, 38 South McDonald. I don't know a lot about them, but I know they're excited to be in downtown, and we're excited to have them as well. More breweries will be coming to downtown. There'll be more coming on that, at least 2 more. And Jared's Coffee and Tea has expanded to their bakery. They started to do it pre-pandemic, and then it hit. So they're finally back at doing that, and they'll have some yummy bakery items and have expanded into having some additional space. Okay. Any other questions on openings or?
Not so much a question, but in addition to something that you had mentioned early on, which was Nunthaport. Right before we went into pandemic, Nunthaport had actually expanded into the space next door to them. So they have a lot of good ability for patrons to space out so that you can dine in if you need to. I just thought I'd plug that.
Good, good, good. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Without the employees at the city hall, they're not, you know, being fully staffed. We're still in remote working, and the Mesa Arts Center being shut down. Those are 2 that they relied on previously. And so they're having to kind of recapture different markets in order to keep going. So I appreciate your support on that. So other projects, Main library improvements, the library, so kids zone expansion, a lot of revision there. It's actually a good time to be in construction with the library closed. Mesa Drive Phase 2 construction, 8th Avenue to Main Street and Broadway from Wilbur to Le Sueur. More construction to come, which is just a sign of all the infrastructure that we need to improve and get updated for all our development. and more along Southern Avenue and Stapley. And a lot of that is spurred to make it a safer area too. So let's see, that's a long 19 months. I don't know if anybody's interested and have questions on any of that. Let's see, I think, is that our last slide? It looks like it. So I was gonna say one more thing about, where Mesa moves, let me get on this. We're, the transportation department is doing a survey now. It's through March 7th and taking information on Mesa moves. We have $20 million that we've had in our bond election in November for bike paths, pedestrian areas, improvements for alternative transit, they call. So please take the survey so that we can make those selections on how to improve our city in walkable and people-oriented spaces. There's a lot of debate whether the city should do complete streets and do smaller areas and complete renovations with the trees and the sidewalks changed and the bike path and everything, or just focus on connecting all our bike paths so we have more, be able to have transit more connected without so much disruption. So whether we spread out the money over a large area or just select certain areas to spend that money. So that is a consideration, and how you use the bike paths and the pedestrian areas. There's a survey on that to get your input.
Jessica, thank you for putting all the links in there. As Jen's talking, Jessica's putting some references. So if you have any questions, you can check the chat room because she's got a lot of information in there for you.
And I don't know if she's added, I'm going to add Eco Mesa real quick. I don't know, it might be redundant. I haven't kept up with her.
Oh yeah, you're good. I added it.
Oh, okay. See, I should know. She's always ahead of me. For any of the businesses, I'll just put it out there, the Mason Open Air Program. It's a program within the city that no permit fee, fast approval for using outdoor areas, whether parking areas, sidewalks, green areas, to expand your business outside. So if you know anybody or you yourself, please take advantage of that program to be able to assist your business through this pandemic, and people are looking for areas that they can frequent with outdoor space. And last,
does that have like a time frame attached to it for that open air, that space?
Not that I know of. Jessica, do you know? I haven't heard of any timeline other than it is during the time of our emergency, what do you call it? Anyway.
Yeah, with the Governor Ducey's executive order expanding outdoor dining and retail opportunities. So I think as far as we know, it's in alignment with that, which there isn't a projected date for that to end.
Thank you.
And don't miss the Play Ball exhibit opening at the Mesa Historical Museum, which is 2345 North Horn. It is open, I think, starting this Saturday, and it has the history of Arizona spring training for the last 100 years. So there's a lot of history there. There's photos and collections. So don't miss that. That's a fun thing to do. So I have filled up a lot of time. So any questions you have or any other information?
Okay, well, we have a lot of people on the call, so somebody's got to have a question.
I'd like to add a little plug quick too. I'm going to drop a link in the chat for Vice Mayor Duff's newsletter, which has all this information and more every month. So if you want to subscribe, you can subscribe to it. So look for it in the chat.
Perfect, thank you.
I have a question.
Yeah, Mike.
Vice Mayor Duff, how are you doing? It's been a long time since I've had a chance to speak with you.
Hi.
I live in East Mesa, over in your backyard, Sally. What's happening out there in that area?
In East Mesa, I'm not as versed on it, but in Southeast Mesa, in the Gateway area, or Northeast Mesa, in the Gateway area, oh my gosh, that's a whole hour in itself. Some of the significant, Of course, the housing is going on. There's more data centers and employment going on out there. And there's a lot of things in the works in the city right now. There's a couple of public entertainment, and I'm trying to come up the right by Gateway. There's one like a Legacy Sports Complex. And there's another one, which is Cannonball, I want to say. It's a water park. It's supposed to be very innovative.
Nice.
And so that'll bring, tourism and something significant to draw not only Mesa, but surrounding areas like Queen Creek and such. It's huge. The development is going on out there, and there's new highways, SR 24 going on. If you look at our council agendas, guaranteed all the development items,
Yeah.
3/4 of them will be in District 6.
Every time I go down the highway, I see something new popping up. It's definitely growing. Nice.
Yeah.
Any other questions? How about talking to the other side of things, maybe the not so glamorous side of things? I see Joe from Paz on the call with us. How are things headed with that, with our homeless?
So we continue to be very busy, open every day and serving a nightly meal. We're serving about 200 meals every night here at Paz. Today we just had a food box distribution going on. It was for the general public to drive through. But overall, we've been all staying pretty safe here and continuing to serve the community. So things are going pretty well here.
Thanks, Joe. Jen, is there anything from the city side, any new developments for kind of reacting to the homeless issue?
We're going, well, tomorrow is today, no, Thursday. We'll have our council strategic session, which we will be talking about our overall council priorities. Of course, homelessness was our priority for 2020, and it will continue to be a priority. We've been very innovative, and the good with the bad. Through the pandemic, we were able to receive a lot of CARES dollars and expand our programs and using the hotels. And we've had success at that. We're looking at the next step of filling the void on the housing that needs to get the people stable from the hotels into housing. We've had success with that, but we need to do more. It's a continual process, and the mayor's working with other municipalities and organizations in order to work on homelessness. It's exhaustive, expansive. I do want to mention on the CARES funding, it's tremendous amount of work that the city did. I am so amazed what the staff has pulled together. And there's a YouTube video that's fun to watch in just a few minutes to show you the overview of everything that we have done. If you like to see it in more literal forms, there's a presentation on the mesaaz.gov. There's a link for the overview and how the monies were employed. We're trying to take from many of the programs and what we did and how to implement them into the normal way in which we function to assist those in need, because we know the after effects of the pandemic will continue for quite a while.
Thank you. Anyone else have any questions?
And Jessica just shared the link on the YouTube. It's a great video.
Anyone else? Everybody's eating.
I'm smelling this food this whole time.
So, okay, you went to Nunca Porn. What did you get?
My favorite thing is their, I don't know what's called, the veggie thing. It's just veggies and soft tofu with brown rice. I know it sounds boring, but it's yummy. Avant also ordered, he loves the pad thai, and that's what he got.
Awesome. Yeah, great food. Okay, well, it is almost 12:30, so unless you have any other parting words, Vice Mayor.
Well, thank you everybody for joining me today for lunch and allowing me to tell you all about what's going on downtown. This is really significant for our city because the downtown is not just this area, is the downtown for the entire city. And this, like they said in an article the other day, this is our golden age. From the time of the 60s when we were the place for the metropolitan area, we're coming back into that. A number of small businesses, mom and pop, unique crafts are coming to downtown. They have formed a beautiful community. Michelle is part of that community. And so we have the old historical businesses that are still there and these new ones that are innovative. We have our history and the innovation of the Mesa Arts Center and ASU. So the contrast of old and new brings a beautiful mix, and it's uniquely ours, uniquely Mesa. I'm very excited to share this. So thank you for allowing me to do that. And please visit downtown Mesa and reach out to my office anytime. To me, anything that I can do. We all have things that we're working on to make it a better community. And thank you for the Mesa Chamber for all you do. I don't know how you guys keep up with everything you're doing. It amazes me, but you've made a significant difference in all areas of our city and a significant partner in what the city is doing. So thank you.
Well, thank you, Vice Mayor. We appreciate that. And Michelle, thank you, and Pomeroy for sponsoring our lunch today. We appreciate you and all you do for downtown. Nice when we walk the streets and we get to poke our heads in and see you. It's always a treat to see you and your staff. And thank you all for joining us. We appreciate everybody coming on the call. And if nothing else, we will see you again next month on this call.
Stay connected to Mesa Chamber social media, email newsletters, Monday morning message, and mesachamber.org to always know what's happening at your Mesa Chamber.